Hola, my musical globetrotters. I wonder where we are going today. Well, here we are in the United States, and we are heading to this tiny island in the Caribbean Sea called Puerto Rico. So you can see a larger picture of Puerto Rico right here. How long will it take us to get there? Well, by airplane from Philadelphia to Puerto Rico, it takes about 3 hours and 40 minutes. That's not so bad. Let's learn a little bit about Puerto Rico. It is one of the larger islands in the Caribbean Sea. The words Puerto Rico mean rich port. Puerto is port, and Rico means rich. Puerto Rico has smooth, white, sandy beaches, but it also has steep mountains. And it has banana and plantain trees. It is home to El Yunque, which is a tropical rainforest that has birds and lizards and coqui, tiny tree frogs. It grows many crops, but most especially sugar, coffee, and tobacco. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, but it is not a state. Even though it's not a state, the people of Puerto Rico are United States citizens. There you see a picture of the coqui, and you see how tiny it is compared to the person's hand. Isn't it adorable? And you can see the plantains look almost just like a banana, but I'm told their taste is less sugary. I've never tried them, but I have seen them in my grocery store. Maybe we'll have to try plantains sometime. Their music features quick, lively rhythms. One of their most famous instruments is the cuatro, which is a guitar with 5 double strings. We'll see that in a little bit. Its percussion instruments has African influences. They use the bongos and the congas, but also they scrape the guiro, they shake the maracas, and they tap the claves. Let's listen to that cuatro being performed. In this picture, I cannot see all of the strings clearly. That is just the angle of the picture. There are strings here, even though you can't see them. But up here, I can see that there are 2 strings in this one spot. I can also see it here. I'm not seeing it as well here. So let's enjoy this fantastic cuatro music. Wasn't that fabulous? Boy, I wish I could play that instrument. Please put the video on pause, and while you put it on pause, try to find something in your house that is like two sticks clicking together. For example, it could be two wooden spoons. If you can't find anything, that's okay because you can always clap. Time to pause. So our song from Puerto Rico is called Shaky Morena, Shake It. And it goes, Cheeky Morena Cheeky. Can you try and say that? Listen again. Cheeky Morena Cheeky. Your turn. Cheeky Morena Cheeky. My turn. Cheeky Morena Hue. Your turn. Cheeky Morena Hue. And I want to draw your attention to these three notes. You see, my fifth graders should know what this element is, although they may have forgotten. It has been a long time since we've learned it. But I know my third and fourth graders have not learned it yet. You see this first note with the flag on it? That's a half of a TT. So TT is actually called 2/8 notes because there are actually two circle parts of the note and they're connected. Okay? This is what it would look like if there was just 1/8 note. So you could think of this as saying ti-ta, ti. But we normally say syncopa. Listen again, syncopa. So if we were to do this slowly, it's syncopa, ta, 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 ta. Rest, rest. Syncopa, ta, ta, two. Now, the song, when you hear it, goes much faster than that. More like cinco pa ta 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 ta. Rest, rest. Cinco pa ta ta two. So it's much faster. Now, I want to sing for you the way this first line goes, and I want to compare it to the third line. Listen. Loo, 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 loo. Loo, 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 loo. I'm going to stop at the rest because that's where the phrase ends. Now listen to the third phrase. Loo, 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 loo. Loo, 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 loo. You should be thinking they sound similar because their melodic contour, the way the notes go, is the same. The only thing that is different is the rhythm, because here the three notes say syncopa, and here two notes say ta ta. Same thing happens here. You have three notes saying syncopa, and here they say ta ta. But the note heads, the circle parts of the notes, go up and down the same way in both lines. How about that? So it's time for your clicking instrument. I have a wood block at home. I wish I had claves, would be a much better instrument to play along. You can see at the bottom it says typical clave pattern, so I should have my clave. And you're going to play. And if you listen in the background, you will hear a clave playing that. When I start the recording, the clave starts right away. We may have to wait a couple of times to join the recording. Here we go. Love this.
Chequi morena, chequi,
Do you hear
chequi
it?
morena, güey.
Listen
¿Que a
again.
dónde está ese ritmo
One
caramba
more
del
time.
merecumbe?
And let's join.
Un pasito adelante y otro para atrás. Y dando la vuelta, ¿a quién se quedará? Güey, chequi moreno, chequi moreno, güey. ¿Que a dónde está ese ritmo caramba del merecumbe? Un pasito adelante y otro para atrás. Y dando la vuelta, ¿a quién se quedará? ¡Wey!
And that's the end. How did you do? I wonder where we will visit next time. Bye, Puerto Rico. It was nice knowing you, or should I say adios?